Hey guys, welcome back to the John Deere 3032 2,000 hour review. We just crossed over 2,000 hours a little bit ago. Right now it has got 2,010 hours, 0.6 right now. But we just crossed over the 2,000 hour mark, so I thought I'd do a little update. Be sure to check out the past playlists if you want to see the 1,000 hour and 1,800 hour reviews. But just gonna go over some things. We've had this tractor for about 2.5 years now, and on October 1st of 2021 I did a 1,000 hour review. Then 3 months ago, on March 22nd, 2024, we had our 1,800 hour review. So we put 800 hours on it in the first 3 years. Then now, this is not quite sure when I'll post this video, but today is the June 24th, and we are at 2,000, well, I guess it would have been like 3 days ago that it was at 2,000 hours. Yes, I did 10 hours in like 2 days. But we now have our 2,000 hour review here. So we probably use this tractor a lot more than most of you guys will use your compact tractors like this. I've dug an entire pond that I still need to finish. Like, I've got the entire pond dug, but I still need to just finish up the bank, and there's a lot of dirt I need to move I'm filling in an old drainage so it's all flat and level again. But we've dug an entire small pond. There's a series on the channel on that with this tractor. A video that hasn't coming out of today when I'm filming this, but will probably be out by the time this video comes out. We're fixing the back of our other pond that we had dug, not with this tractor, we rented equipment for that. But we're fixing up the back of that pond because it had a small leak. We've done 60 acres of brush hog it like once or twice a year. But overall, it's been a great tractor. We have had to replace the front axle. We replaced this here on the right side because it had broken inside the portal there. And we had to replace some gears also. There's a video for that too. And then over on this side, I don't know how well you can see, but it is still leaking out of here, and I just noticed that we broke the top, well, not the top, but it had 2 little pins on here for this axle not breather, but to check the oil. So I just have to get a screwdriver. There's a little slot, you can get that in there. This tractor, I think we've washed it like 3 times ever. Then coming up here from the axle, we've got I think it is a Yanmar. Yeah, a Yanmar 3-cylinder engine. It's been super reliable. Got I don't remember what cooler this is. I think this is a hydro cooler. Got our radiator for the engine. Got this pre-filter, but I'm not quite sure what John Deere's design, like why they put this filter behind this one. Because, like, I mean, yeah, it keeps the radiator mostly clean. So you can see it's got a bunch of stuff on it. But, like, why wouldn't you design that to go in front of all your radiators? Also, it's not the smallest of holes, so stuff still gets through this screen. But I'm not quite sure. I always wondered this. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comments. Like, why would you put the filter behind? Like, I get it, why it's here. It's to keep stuff out of this radiator. But, like, what about this radiator? You just wipe this one off, I guess? Or maybe because you can get behind it and in front of it. This one, you just can't get behind it. Another thing is, in here fills with all your dirt and debris that can make it through this front screen, which you can clean out. You just have to pop your side panels off. can kind of see down there. If you pop the side panel off, there's a little bit of gap, so you can brush everything out the side, which I need to do. Also, on the fuel tank here, if you ever overfill this thing, this top piece here, where it catches your spilled diesel, it's got a drain, but as you can see, any diesel that is on there and then you go dig or mow or something and you've got dust, it all just like cakes on the top of your fuel tank. So it looks way, like, it just always is looking dirty. I mean, it's covered by the hood. Like, this is just normal dust that's just on here, and it's not that bad. Even on this is a bit worse, but it's like not that terrible. But since you have your fuel on there, you can see it's like, it's just builds up. I mean, it's not ruining anything, I guess. And if you want to take your hood and just lift it all the way up, you can just take out this pen and you can like lift it all the way up, or you can just take off the hood. It's super easy to do. Other than this, like the minor, you've got the fuel. I mean, it just looks dirty all the time. Fuel everywhere that just collects dust, but that's just getting water on things or fuel. But then you've got here, you've got these lines that have started decaying. I mean, this is from 2013, so it's 11 years old now. The seat and like the whole operating system, after spending 10, no, it's more than 10 hours. I don't know. I was making hay this year. I was either making hay or cutting on or digging on their pond bank, and the whole operator station, well, you can reach everything. The seat, let me show you guys. So like, you've got a grab handle here on the side, which I almost never use. You've got a step down here, which is actually really useful. So you step up there, right, then you hop in here, and you're always putting your hand right here, that's why this is so dirty. But then you sit here, and you're like, well, what's so uncomfortable about that? Well, nothing necessarily. But this tractor does not have crews, so all my hours in mowing, if you get crews, there'll be like a switch here. But if you're driving here or doing loader work, if you notice, I don't know how well you can see, but my back is not actually against the seat rest. Like that is my back against the seat rest. And then if I'm doing that, I'm like, I like slide forward on the seat like this, and then I'm just like sitting like this, and then it's hard to reach the seat. And I'm like 6 something. I'm 6 foot, I don't know, 6'2", 6 something. And then you've got your seat adjust. It moves like an inch. And I have it all the way back because the leg room to the front of here isn't super great. Other than that, like this is an easy spot. The 3-point, oh, the brush hard on the ground. The 3-point is like in an easy, nice spot. The loader joystick is in a convenient spot, but also not. Like, I wish it was like here. Like, I understand this is like the E model, so it's the economy. Put that on the ground too. So you want it to be cheap, but they want it to be cheaper. So I understand why they put it here, but it's not a detachable loader. The loader is most likely always going to stay on the tractor. So like, you could put it here. Like, it is here, but you could have put it here. I mean, you wouldn't have as good of getting on and off there. Other than that, all the control layout and everything, you've got your 4-drive down here. Actually, unlike some of the bigger tractors where they have split brakes, this one just has a single brake. But the convenient thing is, if you ever need to diff lock, you just slightly press this pedal in. And I feel like that is actually way easier to do than like going up here with your heel and pushing something with your heel. Also on the seat, I'll just show you here. This isn't a 2,000 hour review, this is a 2,000 hour rant. Also here on the seat, all you have for, wow, there's a lot of sticks in there. All you have is 2 screens. Yes, this isn't like a air seat or something. Sorry, spike bush. All you have is this 2 things. Don't look at my wiring that I've definitely not jumped, so I can keep it running when I get off and don't have to take it out of gear. But other than that, like, it's super easy. I was just brush hogging out in the woods the other day. Be sure to check out that video if you want to see it. 2 points, great. Got a quick hitch that we bought, which is super handy. You can just swap implements real quick. But overall, I mean, it's a little tipsy side to side, but I have turned up the lift capacity for the hydraulics a little. I've actually turned them down some after I broke the front axle. I don't think it was due to that, but I don't think that helped that I had the lift capacity turned up. The John Deere quick attach buckets, they're super handy, like they're real easy to do. I feel like it's easier to hook up and unhook than the skid steer quick connect, because unlike a skid steer quick connect where you have to connect and your plate, skid steer plate, connect plate is between your loader arms, so you can't actually see it from up there. With this one, they're like right where your loader arms are, which you can see down. Like, you can, if you're sitting up here, you can just lean off to the side and you can see your quick connect bracket, so I feel like you can see it easier. The problem is, if you want to go and say you want to, if you had a third function and you wanted to like rent a grapple, or you bought a grapple, you have to get something that is specific. You have to either get an adapter plate, or you have to find one that is specific for the John Deere quick connect, which isn't that hard because John Deere has made this for. So that's a thing to like look out for or think about, is if you're doing things where you're like, well, I don't need a not a 3-point auger, because those are just annoying, but a auger for the front of the tractor. Like, if you don't need one all the time, or you're doing like a lot of work where it just makes sense to rent one for like a day or two, you either have to buy assuming you have a third function, you have to either buy, or a diverter, you either have to buy a quick connect plate adapter from John Deere to skid steer. You can, or you could convert this to skid steer, which you can do, I think. You can, at least on the 4R. Or you have to just rent a skid steer, because like every rental place out there that I know of doesn't carry things for this. I know this is like very specific and niche to me, but maybe you guys are curious. Another thing we did was we had to replace these 4 lines. They started leaking. Those 4 lines do need replaced too, but we haven't got those yet. Overall, it's been a super great tractor, other than the snapping the axle, which debatable if it's my fault. It kind of is. I was doing too much with it, but it's a nice small tractor. It fits on all of our ATV trails, fit through the woods really well. Got a canopy for I still haven't put on yet. The other thing is, this is kind of, I don't know how many of you guys use your tractors at night or even in the early morning, but if you have your loader and something in the bucket, or even forks, and you're carrying something, or even just driving, and you lift your bucket up, it blocks your headlights. So we had to add some accessory work lights. I also made these just out of like 1/8" steel. Just some light guards. And they're just put in using the the normal mounting bolts. But overall, it's been a super useful tractor. I would, and we are with the New Holland that we have, that we are selling, Once we sell that tractor, we are looking for a 4 Series with a cab. I think skid steer quick connect, because of the whole being able to just get any skid steer buckets and stuff, which are more common around us. Being able to do a bit bigger. I want to get a batwing mower eventually, or a 10-foot mower, because spending like, well, even since 10 hours I was all just brush hogging. So getting a bigger mower would be super nice. The AC. But overall, if you have a property acreage, and if you have 60 acres and you're doing like your own hay with a small square baling and small square baling, we just have like an old sickle raking it, you could do it all with a tractor this size. Like we have ran our farm, I guess, for 3 years now, going on 4 years now, all with this tractor. So it's possible 20 acres this would be a great tractor, maybe 25, 30 acres. But if you are not, like, if you're not doing hay, you just want to maintain your land and you have plenty of time, or a decent amount of time where you can just go out and mow. Or if you're not mowing everything and you just need a tractor with a loader, you know, to do small chores, bring mulch around the trees and stuff, a tractor like this would be great. I'm not quite sure how this is a 2,000 hour review. This is more like a 2,000 hour. Nathan just decided to talk to the camera. But overall, it's been a really great tractor. Had no real problems. The ground clearance is a little low, but again, it's a tractor and I shouldn't be doing the things I'm doing with it, but it has done them. So if you had, I'd probably say under 30 acres, or maybe under 40 acres. I'd say probably like 35, under 35 acres. Or you just need a second small tractor to fit through that's nimble. These are great tractors. They're super reliable, other than this front axle thing, which you can easily solve if you just put a breather where that filler dipstick is. Right here on the axle, if you simply just take this out and you put a breather tube in there and like run it up into the hood somewhere in there. I'd say most of these 3 Series all do that, so that's not even just specific to this track. Not sure if the 4 Series leak too, or if they put a breather on this. But like the tractor's only 60 inches wide. Well, it's actually like 59 inches wide or something, because that mower is slightly wider. And that's a 60-inch mower. If you're doing small scale farming, hobby farming, you don't have tons of land, you just need a tractor or a second tractor, a small tractor to, you know, hop in around through these trees and small paths and stuff. This would be a great tractor for it. So hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I'm not sure if this was helpful for anybody out there, but be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment what you guys think or what you want to see. I can make another video. If you guys all just comment something you want to see or know about this tractor, tell me what you guys all think down below in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe, I guess. Outside and run your tractor if you have one, or just go outside in general. And I'll see you guys all next time. Thanks for watching.